Andrea has been one of our top data pipeline architects at Domo for many, many years. She has a wealth of experience with Magic, and we're excited she's now leading the product team for this feature.
Thanks, Esteban. For years, Magic ETL has been Domo's secret weapon to building data pipelines with ease. It's a workhorse that allows our customers to transform raw data into usable, actionable assets in minutes with just a few clicks. And you can do it without ever writing a single line of code. No wonder we named it Magic. And no wonder it's one of our most loved and widely used products ever. But you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers tell the story. Last year, you, our customers, ran almost 2 billion data flows. You created over 300,000 new data flows and 70,000 more this year already. And last year, almost 20 quadrillion rows of data were processed through Magic ETL. That's right. That's a 20 with 15 zeros. Pretty amazing, right?
That's incredible. Those are some big, big numbers. Now, of course, Magic is great for shaping and building data pipelines once your data is in Domo. But we also know that the challenge facing many organizations today is trying to make an assortment of data tools work in harmony together to create a rich data foundation. With data held in so many clouds, accessing and integrating it is getting harder. And everyone's feeling the growing pains, from CIOs and data architects to data scientists and analysts.
Cloud Amplifier is a no-compromises experience for your data engineering team, delivering the full power of Domo on top of any data warehouse. By natively coupling cloud warehouses like Snowflake, BigQuery, Dremio, Redshift, and Databricks, Domo is always synchronized with your shared source of truth. It's something that all data stakeholders benefit from. Once connected, Domo can read existing data from your cloud to power apps and dashboards without moving data, and use our connectors to push new data to your warehouse of choice.
Here's what just 3 of our customers are doing today to evolve their data architecture with Cloud Amplifier. A luxury retailer uses Cloud Amplifier and Domo connectors to reach line of business data at the edge of the organization and push it directly into an IT-managed Snowflake warehouse.
A large consumer goods company uses Cloud Amplifier to give greater access to data coming from BigQuery. By using our OAuth integration, they can rest easy knowing the data and governance policies set in BigQuery are automatically inherited in Domo.
And the data engineering team at an iconic restaurant chain uses Cloud Amplifier and Snowflake to scale data access to more than 2,500 locations without moving any of the data out of Snowflake. We're excited to announce today a new way to combine the flexibility of Cloud Amplifier with the magic of Magic ETL. These 2 features are a natural complement to each other. One of the most exciting elements of Cloud Amplifier was having access to the intuitive no-code interface Magic ETL offers on top of any cloud warehouse. Now, instead of temporarily extracting the data from an existing cloud warehouse for processing in Domo's data flow engine, Magic ETL can translate your data flow logic to run directly on the warehouse and take advantage of the performance and flexibility of doing the transformations in place.
Let's take a look at an example from Thane Sporting Goods. At Thane Sports, the R&D team working on the latest golf driver uses Databricks to store unstructured data from testing. Meanwhile, supply chain uses a Snowflake data warehouse to track materials and inventory.
We need to combine data from both sources to get investment buy-in. So the BI team used Cloud Amplifier to bring all the data together and build an app on top of it to let stakeholders visualize data from both sources in one place without moving any of the data. The app works great, but now supply chain needs to combine this with additional data from Snowflake.
Now, they can do it with Domo Magic. Let me show you how. To start, I can use Cloud Amplifier to query and load data into Snowflake. Now that my data is in Snowflake, it's time to transform it with Magic ETL using a new kind of data flow, one that's running on the Snowflake engine. I can use Magic's ETL UI to define what the transform needs to do. Behind the scenes, Magic translates the flow into Snowflake-optimized SQL. The drag-and-drop UI you already love, combined with a powerful transform engine in Snowflake. There's no requirement to move any of the data, so the transform runs in a fraction of the time. Talk about a power couple.
That's right. That's truly a powerful feature. We think the integration between Magic and Cloud Amplifier is a game changer for data teams in every company. But there's also a ton of new capabilities just in Magic ETL we want you to know about as well. Let's take a look at 5 of our favorite updates coming to Magic.
As an avid Magic user myself, this first update has long been on my wish list. I am thrilled to announce that you can now write a free-form on clause in the join data tile. This, I know, right? This opens up the possibility of writing non-equijoins or range joins in Domo. For example, I can now join this fiscal calendar data set on a range of dates using the free-form property box to write that range join.
Now, have you ever wished you could write your own SQL in Magic? Well, now you can. For example, in this case, an analyst has received business logic from a metric store in the form of a SQL statement. With a new SQL tile in Magic, we can quickly just copy it and continue building our data flow.
All right, you want to share the data flow you just created? We can do it faster than ever before with the new data flow sharing modal. Previously, you had to share each input individually. Today, you can share all inputs and outputs at once with a few clicks.
That was a sigh of relief from the entire audience. I heard that. We've also added a new experience for reviewing the finer details of a past data flow executions. With this, I can visualize each step in the process for smooth troubleshooting. For example, in this data flow, I can see that some of my smaller tables have been loaded already and are ready to go, but we're just waiting on that big orders table to finish loading. In this next example, I see a failed data flow and can quickly identify that all my tables loaded, but the problem is my upsert key.
And speaking of upsert, data flows should be robust, efficient, and able to support the velocity of any growing company. To this end, last year, Domo introduced subset processing and partitioning in Magic ETL, and you responded. Almost 600 customers are now actively using this capability to efficiently update output data sets and build better pipelines. Using subset processing and partitioning, I personally have refactored dozens of data flows, reducing runtimes from hours to mere minutes. And let's be honest, I've probably talked to like half of you out there in the audience about partitioning at some point this past year. Throughout the partitioning rollout, we learned that using partitions can be effective at updating large batches of data, but there are cases where a more granular approach is needed. Enter upsert. By using upsert as the update method, you can build a data flow that processes only new and updated rows without the bulk and complex logic of a recursive data flow. We've heard your feedback. We'll continue to listen, and we think these improvements will remove friction you have felt when using Magic ETL. Look for more quality of life updates in the coming year, including the new AI assistant when authoring a SQL step and new tiles for the universal models we announced yesterday.
Thanks, Andrea. Now, I know all of you want to get your hands on these updates. Many of them are available now with the rest in beta. And we can't wait for you to try out the new Magic on Cloud Amplifier. And although we didn't show it today, we've also added the ability to configure your refresh rates on Cloud Amplifier. We know that this is something many of you have been asking for. We have so many amazing features available today in Cloud Amplifier and Magic ETL. And you can reach out to your account team for access to the betas for SQL tile, upsert, data flow sharing, and the on property and the join tile in Magic. We're truly committed to being the most flexible data platform. Thank you for your feedback, your excitement, and your trust. We can't wait to create more meaningful, impactful, and unforgettable AI-powered data experiences with you. Thanks again.